Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. So it's that time again. It's our usual Saturday night live. Let's see who's popped in for a chat. I think I just saw Frank. Frank, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. There we go. Let's get that up on the big screen. That light behind me is not very good, is it? Let me turn that light off. 1 second. That's a bit better, isn't it? That's a bit better. So, how is everyone tonight? Let's see who else has come in. We've got Tony from Simplified Gardening, CW. How are you doing? Thank you very much both for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Becky's allotment. Becky, how are you doing? Get that onto live chat so I can see everything. We've got Laura, Isabel. How are you both doing? Mags is here. Dean saying good day. Has he moved to Australia? How are you all doing? How are you all doing tonight? How's everyone's gardens going? How's everyone's YouTube? A lot of YouTubers in tonight. How's everyone's YouTube going? Bex, how's it going? I'm good. Not enjoying the weather. It's been a weird day for us. It started off with gale force winds in the morning, and then we got a bit of a dry patch. So I was out harvesting compost from about 8 o'clock ish till about 11 o'clock till we got a real downpour. So I ran back inside, and it turned out all right after that. But it's really windy at the moment. He's not moved to Australia, but he just likes it down under. See, I'd like that weather any time of the day. Mags, how are you keeping? Missed you there last week, kiddo. Yeah, we've not had a great time at the moment this last couple of weeks. Yeah, so I think the kids brought a bug home from school. They were ill, and then they passed it on to my mum and to my wife. And my wife's been really, really ill over the last couple of days, and I think I'm coming down with something. I feel a bit shivery. So yeah, I think it's coming. I think we're just taking it in turns to get it. Weather been hammering down here for weeks. See, Tony, it's been raining non-stop, but the winds over the last couple of days have just been crazy again. What time of day? It's 8 a.m. Frank, I'm a bit traumatized actually today, mate. Because when I was harvesting my compost, right, I got about 3/4 of the way down, and then I smelt something that just smelled absolutely rank. It smelled rotten. So I took another scoop anyway, put it onto my sieve, and I started sieving it. And then there's a dead rotting rat right in front of me, and I'm like, yeah, that's minging. So I flung that underneath the bushes, and I quickly stopped harvesting any more compost and went and did something else. See, do you know, I'm not scared of a lot of things, but rats and mice and things like that, yeah, they just make me crawl. Do you know their tails? Yeah, just thinking about it's making me judder. But yeah, those kind of things just really really go through me. Um, yeah, your hair looked like a kangaroo dragged you down under. uh, Bought my land officially yesterday. Now trying to understand the soil analysis. Isabel, congratulations on your land. That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations, fantastic. That is brilliant news. How many acres did you get? Been pretty quiet for me for videos, etc. Has been hammering down, hammering the overtime. Got a 19-hour shift tomorrow. That's going to be interesting. Dean, Um, good to see you working and getting lots of work in. Just look after yourself, mate. Yeah, just look after yourself. 2455. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you lot stay safe and plenty of fruit and veg. Yeah, we're trying to stay safe. I hope you're keeping well, Laura. I'd like to see good weather. Good weather as my heating is broken. Sorry to hear that your family is still unwell. Laura, thanks very much for that. We need. It feels like today just got really. Since yesterday it got really cold. Um, is your boiler broken or something? It's stupid. See, Tony, at the moment, because I only get a few hours, because of the days are so short at the moment, I'm out. Because I'm stuck indoors all week. So as soon as the weekend comes, I need to be outside. I need to be outside for as long as I can, uh, and any gap in the weather, and I'm out. I'm gone. Winds are bad in Liverpool. Tony, I've been dragged through the bush. Uh, Imagine with feathers, you'll be fine. Tony, I can't deal with rats, man. I can't deal with rats. It's hard, man. Uh, Now we know your secret ingredient for compost. Drops Family Garden. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Um, you okay, sweetheart? I'm looking for Saki's pajamas. Okay, good girl. Do you want to come and say hello to everyone? So we've officially been on YouTube. What are you doing? 6 minutes. I just think. Okay. So, oh, have you gone? Can you close that door before you go? Sorry, she just fiddled with the camera and now I've got to put it back. So sorry about that. Yeah, Dean. I don't like getting ill. I don't like getting ill. I only have 908 square meters building land, very expensive in this corner of the Flanders, but want to stay close to my mum. That's going to be a nice plot. That'll be a quite decent plot, I think. I've just got some more boards for a raised bed to level it up to 21-inch deep. That's something to keep you busy for a few days, Frank. Uh, how are your chucks, Monty? Oh, how are your chucks? My girls don't want to leave their run. Mags, we had a few fox attacks a couple of years ago, so since then they're staying inside the run unless we're out, supervising. Um, but they're okay. I mean, we went through, a couple of months back. We went through a spell where I think we lost about 4 or 5 chickens in one go. I mean, most of mine they're quite old. They're 8, some are 8, 9 years old. There's a couple of younger ones, but I'm expecting a few more losses in the next year or so, because they're all quite old chickens. Um, but they're doing all right at the moment. Pam, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Uh, where are we at? Sorry, I'm a bit behind in that. I hope you're all better. I read that one. Um, Muaz, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. My garden is home of way too many insects and creatures, which makes it hard for me to get garden ready. Look, the insects and creatures, depending on the creatures, the insects will be really helpful for your garden, um, and they'll really be doing a lot of good work for you. So, think about them as garden friends, especially worms and stuff like that. Yeah, Frank, sorry I didn't spot you yesterday. I'll I'll plant my favorite fruit, so I'm happy. Isabel, what have you got your list of things that you're going to start planting? Um, 8 is a great age though. Mags, I got them. As soon as I think it was the first year we moved to this house. What year did we move? We moved in 2012, and we got the chickens straight away. The, so some of them are really old. I mean, my two little black bantams, they're they're one of the first sets of chickens that I got, but they're running around like do you know, they're running around like they're fit as, do you know, fit as a fiddle, and they're still aggressive as anything as well. One of them gets really broody, and you literally have to fight her for the, do you know, to get the eggs. And she's proper vicious. You know, when she gets broody, she'll peck you all over the place. Um, let's see what. Wrong thing I'm pressing there. Let's see. Um, mate, it's got get so busy. I'm surprised you see anyone. Ah, Tony's chat. Yeah, Tony's chat was brilliant yesterday. Um, Tony, I love I love the way you did the live stream. Really good, really professional. I like the way you know, your style. Not like me just coming on and rambling about it. I started off. I was going to talk about. I've been on YouTube for just over 2 years now. I was going to talk about that, and I don't know what I'm talking about now. DNA family, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. Um, Mr. Jaraman, I hope you're keeping well. Thank you very much for coming in. Looking for more advice on how to get rid of whitefly. Had some great tips of other YouTube. Um, Neem oil. Neem oil's really good. I mean, if you don't want to use neem oil, soft soaps, soap sprays are good. Yeah, anything like that uh, will do the trick. But companion planting, if you haven't thought about that, um, I grew broad beans outside last year, and while I saw lots of people complaining about attacks from black fly and things like that, my broad beans were absolutely fine. But I planted my broad beans in the middle of my onion bed. I had spinach growing around it, mustard growing around it, different cabbage type families, all mixed into the same bed. So my broad beans were absolutely beautiful. And I'm not a big fan of broad beans either. I grew them as a cover crop, but we ended up growing them on and eating the seeds. And I've realised that I actually don't mind broad beans. So yeah, companion planting is absolutely brilliant if you want to stay away from all those kind of chemicals and any sort of insecticide type things. But if you're growing indoors, it can be a little bit difficult to do companion planting, so you might need to use that. Lots of cycling here. My dad and nephew were somewhat good amateur cyclists. Lots of cobbles around here. Most things beside the radishes, Brussels sprouts, etc. I'm growing it indoors because it drops to -6 here at night right now. I've started my first heater in the greenhouse. And in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna go for, if I can get some manure in time, then I'm gonna start setting up my next heater. And I've got some good plans on how to. I've got some plans on how to what do you call it, to change the system to make it work better than it did last time. Uh, has anyone ever planted lasting sweet peas? I should plant. Should I plant in spring or can I plant now? Lasting sweet peas. I've not heard of lasting sweet peas before. Are the fiddles really that fit, Tony? I'm not sure what fiddles plant in spring Becky and they'll end up with plant in spring Becky. They will end up with down in mildew. Uh, Sam's allotment diary. Sam, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. We're getting there, Sam. It's cycling through. The bugs are cycling through. Jim Bob, I've seen you come in. I haven't got to your comments yet, but I hope you're keeping well, mate. Mate, you've done awesome in 2 years. It took me 6 years to get to 5K subs. Tony, yeah, I see. November the 18th was the very first time I put a video out on YouTube. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I videoed the first video. I was holding the camera like this and then like this and then swinging around there and all sorts of things. And if you look at some of my earlier videos, I've really got that serial killer look. So I'm just looking at the camera like this. But that's the thing. As you get more comfortable in front of the camera, you become more relaxed. And because I was trying to concentrate so much on getting my content right, you forget how you come across as a presenter. Uh, but yeah, we're getting there. I'm learning a bit more, I think. uh, and thanks everyone. There's a lot of people here who've known me from pretty much when I started on YouTube. Um, and thanks everyone for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, thanks, Tony. I'll keep hold of the Sea Still Spring. Yeah, trees arrive latest in 2 weeks' time. I ordered in September, but now started panicking that they would be too much. So pre-sold some. Need to take my time to check sun exposure through the year. Um, Isabel, what did you order? Is that a surprise? Because I still haven't got my tree order in, and I need to get that in. Um, I'm hoping to pick up a couple more apples and a couple more pears from the supermarkets. They normally sell some quite decent trees for quite cheap, so I'm hoping to pick them up. But I think there might be quite high demand this year. The kale is still growing. DNA saying hello to Tony. Becky's allotment. Yes, I used to have everlasting sweet peas. They come back strongly each year. See, I want to try. I'm gonna look for these everlasting sweet peas because that's something that I need. I need compost for the raised bed. I have built it's green waste compost for which is acquired from a local council. Okay to use. That's just is £15 plus VAT loose a ton compared to multi-purpose at 55. Um, CW, I think green waste compost will be okay. There's a small risk of some residual pesticides and herbicides in there. Um, I mean, some people have complained about that, but green waste compost is generally okay. Just check it if you get it loose in a ton. I think for £15 plus VAT, you can't go wrong. I'd get it. Do you know if I didn't have the compost, I'd definitely get it. Um, get it, test it. You can test it by growing maybe a couple of broad beans in it. See if the because the one that you've got to worry about in terms of herbicides is one called aminopyrrolide, which normally doesn't break down in the composting process. So if you get a small amount, plant a couple of broad beans or something in there, and see how they come out. If they start curling and stuff like that, the leaves don't start forming properly and they start growing deformed, then you know you've got some kind of issues. And if you've got some kind of issues, then what to do is just use that compost, give it a few turns because the exposure to sunlight, exposure to weather, and exposure to soil biology will get rid of those residual pesticides, and then it's going to be fine for you to use. But in itself, it should be okay in terms of nutrition. But if you can get hold of some manure as well, I'd if you're worried about nutrition issues, you should be able to get some free manure from somewhere. I'd mix that in with it. Um, Everyone's saying hello to Drop. Drop's a very popular man. I've just Jim Bob. I've just got to your first comment saying hello, but I did see you pop in. Ashley's allotment. Ashley, how are you doing? I've just seen you come in. Thank you very much for coming in. Noor Ali, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa alaikum assalam. Guys, if you haven't hit that like, we've got 27 people, 10 likes. If you haven't hit that like, please hit that like for me. Let's get that like count up a little bit. Um, uh, da, 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 da. Becky, they grow rampant through the flowers aren't huge and they don't smell as strongly as annuals. Still great though. I'm gonna have a look at these perpetual or what what are they? Lasting sweet peas. That sounds really good because every year we have to grow them, and even if they don't grow into loads, even if the flowers don't grow big, at least there's going to be lots of organic matter to compost down at the end of it. Catherine, I've seen you come in. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. Um, so Sam, good to be here, buddy. Flu season for sure, but glad things are getting better. Sam, how's your family and how are things with your nasty neighbours? I hope they're getting a bit better. Once you start giggling and there's no stopping it. Dean, see, we had a proper good laugh when you came down, man. I really enjoyed that, and yeah, we should do it again. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up. Absolutely, if you haven't hit that like for me, please hit that like. I will treat you. Can't even reach the ones you've got. Uh, Frank, you had two flu jabs. Uh, one in each arm, or um, hope you're saving seeds this year. Not sure if they'll be available in the spring. Drop. I've had a bit of an issue with seeds. I think some rats have got into my greenhouse and they've eaten loads and loads of my seeds. They ate probably half a kilo of cover crop seeds. My broad beans have gone, my peas have gone, quite a few different seeds have gone. I just need to assess the damage and figure out where I'm at. Um, but we didn't. Rats were really under control for a while. I mean, I literally saw when I took my wife for a drive earlier just before the live stream, and we parked outside the house, and there was a rat just ran across the middle of the road, and I was like, "What's going on here? What are all these? What am I feeding all these stray cats for? They were doing a brilliant job. They've proper slowed down now." Um, tell you one thing that you don't need, and that's a pear tree. uh, I like pears, Dean. I like pears, and I want a couple of those blush type pear trees. 'Not just the conference ones. ACS, I've seen you come in. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. Um, I got I got everlasting sweet pea seeds on eBay. That's one for me to check out. Good idea. Keep my seeds packed in the fridge. Yeah, Dean. What? Ah. Oh, the massive giant pear tree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, ACS, how are you keeping? It's been a while. It's been a very, very long time. How is everything? Um, you had a bit of a break from YouTube, and I'm glad to see you back. I'm really glad to see you back. I always wait till January to buy trees as they tend to be on sale, but you can pot them or plant them as they're still dormant. Becky, see, we're just keep. What I do is I'll go to the supermarkets and I'll just look for trees, and if I find one that looks particularly nice, I'll say, all right, I'm having that one. Um, the ones that a couple of, the ones that I got from the ones that I've got planted in my garden, I got them for about 5 or 6 quid, and they were at least 5 foot tall, really thick, really good looking trees. I mean, I couldn't believe the price that I got them for, but they look really good when I got them. Um, but I want some more. I want to do some espaliers. Because what I'm thinking of doing this year is I'm gonna put do like a little patio garden. Because quite a few people have said, look, how do we do some container gardening? How do we grow fruit and vegetables in a small space? So what I was gonna do was just maybe on about 6 foot of concrete, just set up some garden space and get people get show people how you can grow in a tiny space. Because this is the way we used to garden. I mean, before we moved to this house, we were yeah, we lived in a back to back terraced house, and we literally you had out of one door came out, you had 4 foot of concrete. Out the other door you came out, and you were straight onto the street. So, but my mum, she still made she made loads of she used to grow loads of veg even in that little bit of concrete that we had. Um, right, speak with money on the da, 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 da. What do you think about mushroom compost? Again, mushroom compost is brilliant for bulking up your organic matter. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit lower in nutrients because it's spent. But the pH is gonna be quite high as well, so you're gonna need something to try and neutralize that or bring the pH down. But other than that, it's good stuff. Three per, and On the plus side, you might get some mushrooms growing in your garden as well, so I'd use it. Three pears, two apples, one peach, one almond, three prunes, three cherry, hazelnut, lots of blueberry, lots of berries, grapes, sold the walnut, maybe not next year. On the fence with two pawpaws. I need to check placement. Oh, Isabel, that sounds awesome. Uh, I'm looking for about four or five. Well, no, not four or five. Two, four. I'm gonna do some little hop over trees. I'm planning on doing some little hop over trees. So I'm looking at probably about 10 trees, buying 10 trees this year. Uh, yeah. Let me get. I know I'm way back behind in the chat, guys. So if you're coming in and I'm not saying hello to you, I'm just behind a little bit. So have a little bit of patience with me, and I'll get to your comments soonish. So I'm not saying to him not to get one. He doesn't need one. He knows why. We've got this pear tree. It's absolutely humongous. It, we still order Szechuan pepper trees. Some own. Oh yeah, that's the other one. The Szechuan pepper. That looks like a lovely tree as well. Pear trees. They do come with a free partridge at this time of year. Dean, how did the game end today? Let me see where we are. ACS. Tony's chat was great the other day. Uh, uh, oh my gosh. Emma Jones has just come in and she's dropped a £20 super chat. Thank you very much for that. That is absolutely amazing. Really appreciate it. Can't stay long as. Hang on, let me get that comment. Can't stay long as I have to go to work, but all the best. Hope you're well and happy. Emma, thank you very much for that. You very generous donation. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Thank you. And I hope you're keeping well, and I hope you're keeping safe. It was actually your comment that I was looking back on that's inspired me to do this little bit of small space gardening. So hopefully, because of your comment, I'm going to do a little series on growing on in small spaces and containers. Um, yeah, but thank you for that as well. Very nice. I was just watching. Things have got a little better as the kids are now attend school, so they're putting them to bed sooner. Uh, Still loud up to 11 o'clock. It's still too loud there, Sam, at that time. Which site for sweet peas and where do you live? Hang on, where am I? I think I'm way behind in the chat still. Um, when you say you saw a rat running across the road, which PM? Where's your co-anchors? Free to laugh. Thank you very much for coming in. They normally pop in about halfway through and take over, but I think they're watching something at the moment, so they might not be that interested in coming in. If they guys, if you're watching, you're in demand. Um, they might not be paying attention, but they will pop up. I think the baby might be falling asleep because he was on my lap, and he was literally falling over. Uh, but if he falls asleep at 8 o'clock, he's up again at about 1 o'clock, and he's up all night. So if we can get him to about 9 o'clock and get him down at 9, he'll stay asleep for quite a while. He'll sleep through. So I was just before the live about 7:30. I was wrestling with him to try and keep him awake. uh, MH, thank you for your tips. I really want to try the bone ash. Have you done a desert garden? MH, I've not done a desert garden. I mean, where we are, it's very wet. It does, and we're on a heavy clay soil as well. What kind of soil conditions are you growing in? Yeah, the one in each arm. The practice nurse came out to give me a flu jab, then rang me very apologetic to say she'd given me over 65s one by mistake. Do they have different jabs for different people? That's interesting. So are you now doubly protected then? But if you are, then that's a good thing. But I hate that's another thing I don't like. Rats and injections. Yeah, rats and injections. But in which climate do you live? Does it? Isabel, are you talking to me about the climate, or oh no, you're talking to Becky. Okay, I'm way behind in the chat. Sorry. I just had a year off to get divorced. I'm back. I'm posting again and have three whole videos. Thanks for asking, and I hope you and yours are safe. Chris, that's brilliant. I'm glad you're back and you're back posting, and I hope everything, in terms of domestic, is sorted now, and and it's not causing you a lot of any issues. But I'm really happy to see you back. Yeah, because I loved your comments, man. Every time you come in and say and give me your comments were absolutely beautiful. I love them. Um, and I love the way you edit videos as well. So I'll be able to have a look at your three new videos. No, don't buy seeds off eBay. Dean, I use eBay. I'll buy seeds off. Do you know that? Premier Seeds, Premier Seeds, or that CK Horticulture. Um, yeah, they're always quite good, and they're always cheap as chips. I need to start uploading again, but I don't want to keep filming the same things. So taking time to plan on how I'm gonna run the channel. It's good that, Sam. Take your time. Think about what you want to grow. Sorry, what you want to video, and video that. It's hard. I mean, that's probably my big weak point. Where when I make videos, is there's not. I, I plan. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do, and I run with that idea. I've tried to do scripted videos, and I just look completely unnatural. I feel completely unnatural, so I don't do the scripted videos. So I do little pointers of what I'm going to talk about and plan what I'm going to talk about, but it is a lot of stuff that I'm doing to in my garden. So I'm not doing things that I'm doing for myself, and hopefully that those kind of things that will benefit other people. That's the kind of thing that I try and do. Um, and because it's backyard gardening as well, I think it helps people. It's good for people because it's small scale. So I'm not on a massive permaculture farm or massive permaculture forest, and showing people things that are for most people going to be unrealistic, for people like me. But yeah, we work on that small scale. But Sam, yeah, think about what you're going to do. Plan. It's a good time, especially at this time of year. It's good to plan everything. Um, that's one of I just wrote an article for Garden News magazine, and that's one of the themes that I was writing in. That was, even though the gardening season's ending, it's a good time to start planning and preparing and setting the foundations for next year. Um, so that's one of the things that we've got. If you ever see Garden News magazine, if anyone ever buys that, I've got a column in there, and that's been going for about 6 months. It does freeze, but that's the Welsh climate. Um, I'd offer, but I'm not reliable because I can't guarantee to make it when I'm at work. Uh, I don't know what the idea was. Sorry, I missed that comment, and I'm way behind in the chat. See, I don't like skipping forward, and then missing people's comments, and I hate being way behind because I can never catch up, and people are getting frustrated when they're coming in. So I do apologise about that. Brian's here. Brian, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Then she said she thought I looked good for 65. uh, mushroom compost is brilliant. 59 pound a ton. Found a 6 ton. There we go. See, Emma, I've just got to your comment. Oh, I'm way behind, and I've just got to your comment. But yeah, you're so kind. Thank you very much for that. Um, a big year. I'm okay. We're still friends, and I'm grateful for that. You're so sweet to ask. Thank you, Tony. Got to say that's pretty damn good city, Polly. Where am I? It took a super chat to get him caught up. Dean, I think I'm still way behind. Man. Oh no. Um, Emma, you take care, and I'll see you soon. Thanks very much for coming in. Small space garden Laura, sounds like a great idea. So many have discovered the little bit that they got during the year. See, Laura, do you know when we lived in a terraced house, we had a tiny little bit, but my mum, she made little raised beds, and she used to grow runner beans. Do you know, she'd grow runner beans at the back, and then she'd grow spinach and stuff at the front, and always loads of coriander. We'd always have loads and loads of coriander, and she'd even grow potatoes in buckets. Yeah, absolutely. She's an absolutely amazing woman. Um, Brian, how's the kids? They're not battering you. Brian, they're okay. I mean, we're all taking it in turns to get this little bug that they brought home from school as a little present for us. It's just doing the rounds. The kids have had it. My wife's had it. My mum's had it, and I'm getting it. So if I'm not here next week, do check up on me, because if I get man flu, then it's worse than coronavirus. I just checked my everlasting sweet peas, and they're from eBay seller CK Horticulture. Yeah, CK Horticulture. I like them. Premier seeds in them, absolutely awesome. MH, you're in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, so you're gonna be in quite arid conditions there. Have you got? Do you know one of the things that I'd do if I was you is, if you've got a way of harvesting your grey water, then I'd start harvesting your grey water and use that to water your plants, because you're going to be using your water anyway to wash your dishes, to have a shower and stuff like that. Now, if you can use that to recycle that water and use that to plant in your garden, then then you're doing, yeah, you're saving it from going down the drains, and you're saving from using fresh water in your garden, and you're saving on that arid conditions as well. So, guys, by popular demand, one of them's here. One of the trolls is here. Thank you very much for coming up. How are you doing, sweetheart? Frank Colwell, do you have a race car in your icon? Let's see. Down. I'm going down, but I don't want to. Thank you. As long as it ends amicably, it's for the best. I would love to see you come by, my friend. A couple of changes. I hope you enjoy. I will be popping over. Yeah, it's hard, Tony. It's hard to script. I mean, I don't. I've seen some people do it, and you can tell people who script their videos. I mean, I like to talk, and I like to talk, and I like to engage with people.
No.
Okay, come on.
Now who's the first troll? So, I'm the second troll.
They're all here. They're all getting these down.
They're not all here. One troll's still missing.
Okay, sit back, please. So, guys, we've been on YouTube for 2 years.
Yeah.
And what do you think so far? Exactly 2 years. Well, just over 2 years. It's been a couple of days past 2 years. So, what do you think of us being on YouTube for 2 years?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, 5.
Yeah, I'm on about your channel icon, or is it just the letter F trying to...
10 months and 2 years.
See, all I see in Frank's channel icon is just a green man. Sit back, dude.
You're trapping me.
You guys,
I'm in jail.
You're in jail.
I'm in jail. I can't get out.
Okay, you're shaking my hand and I can't keep up with the chat. There we go. Hang on. My mum says she's going to help me with my new garden. Oh, that'll be a nice job for you to do as a family. The pirates have boarded the ship. Here you go. They call you the pirates. Trouble has arrived. Sam's saying hello to you. Sam, how's your little one at the moment?
Hello.
Isabel's saying hello to you. How are you doing? Can you attend school, or are you locked down?
I just remember when my daughter was that age, Daddy's girl. Now she just tells me to shut up. Yes, I know.
I think you've done fantastic in 2 years. Your videos are always good and interesting. Thanks, Becky. Thank you very much.
What is this?
I will give my
What's
mum
the life called?
a flower
2 years
garden.
on YouTube.
Yeah. I think we've caught up. Is that a miracle or what? Yeah, we've caught up to the bottom of the chat. I don't know if you shoved my hand and we got just I flicked
No,
past
she shoved your hand.
loads of comments. I don't know. I don't know if the kids did something and we.
No, she shoved your
Okay,
hand,
stop
Dad.
it. Stop it. Careful.
Do any of you like my picture?
Don't do that. So okay, someone's been in and left me a dislike. That's fine. Headphone volume down. What have you drawn there?
Among Us.
So Among Us. What's an Among Us?
There's someone called your dad.
Henrik, how are you doing?
I didn't see. It's a video game.
Okay, wait 1 second.
Well, not a video game. A game of teamwork and betrayal. There's someone called your dad. My brother, he's saying, "Come on, vote for your dad." Because there was someone called your dad. It sounded like he was saying, "Vote for your dad."
See, what you're saying. His kids play that game. Henrik, how are you keeping? You're doing good in.
So there's an imposter. They can go hide in the vents. Okay. They can go. The imposters can hide in the vents. The imposters can kill people. The imposters can pretend to do tasks. But I remember my daughter was that age, Daddy. Well, now she tells me to shut up. She still laughs. She still laughs when I have an accident and I hurt myself.
That's the plus, I guess. so that's the best thing we get.
Dad, I'm still telling them what Among Us is. Yeah. Crewmates do tasks. You get to become a host and make the game. And the maximum of players are 4 to 10.
Screen.
There can be 1, 2, or 3 imposters. You get to have different costumes or hats and different pets and different colors. Can you put them on?
Sam, is that with Helios? Because we no, leave that. Stop messing.
And when someone reports a dead body, you get to report. You get an emergency meeting.
Because we use
and during the emergency meeting, you get to decide who the imposter is and vote.
Okay. So Laura's saying a game of teamwork and betrayal, imposters and crewmates. Wow, that sounds exciting. Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah.
Nice.
You should download Among Us.
The Henrik, they like.
My name on Among Us is Ben 10. My color is dark green. You might see me in Henrik, some different colors though.
It's out. You'll have a tough climate to grow in, but the Nile. Do you know? Are you near the Nile then? Are you on the banks of the Niles?
This is a book I got in year 3, I think.
Can you grow moringa or is it too cold? MH, I'd love to have moringa. I'm looking for some seeds for moringa.
There's some pictures Yusuf drew in my book.
Okay, just 1 second. I'd love.
And the rest of it, he didn't draw anything.
I'd love to have some moringa.
What's moringa?
Moringa's a plant. It's quite an absolutely really good plant actually because it grows really fast. It has got lots of nutrition for your body. You can make it's a good medicinal. It's a good edible. It's good for feeding your garden as well. So moringa's a really good plant. Tony, I'll see you when you're back. So leave him. It's all right. It's okay. So Sam's, Dave, can you just sit down properly? Because when you dig your knees into my leg, that hurts, man. That hurts. And you got a bony backside as well, and that hurts as well. You bag of bones. Come here, sweetheart.
I'm buddy 3! I'm buddy 1!
You're buddy 1. See, that was not nice, was it? So, I have ADHD. Make sure you have a reliable diagnosis and good coaching. Coaching is very important. Isabel, we're having a battle with the school at the moment to set some procedures in place properly for us. But we're looking for a health education plan, but they really won't support us in applying for it. They've just told us you've got to apply for yourself. We're not going to do it. We'll get there. You okay? Yeah, don't worry. MH, can you sow moringa every year? It grows so fast. Me too, want moringa. See, yeah, Isabel, I think you'd be able to overwinter it as well in the house. Do you know if you took a few cuttings and brought them into the house, because they propagate so easily as well. Just take a few and then plant them out the year after. I'd do that. So
Nothing.
you're thinking about something? You sure you're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on then. Go and tell them about your notice board and what you've been doing with your bulletin board.
I drew a picture of the map of in Among Us, the Skeld, which is the spaceship, and then and now when I play Among Us, I use the orange pin and move
Sit
it
up
around
put your head up.
where in which place I am.
Good man.
Mm.
So I too have ADHD, but only recently diagnosed myself. Wasn't a shock to me, as explains. School struggling, but I always do my best for my daughter. Sam, you've got to fight for it, man. You've got to get that diagnosis, and that'll really, without the formal diagnosis, they'll tell you they're giving you support, but without that formal diagnosis, they won't put anything officially in place. And that's the thing that we've seen. Um, Ruhaina Begum, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for coming in. Overwintering cuttings is a great idea. See, I might, in my last video I did on heating the greenhouse, trimmed back one of my chili plants. So what I've done with them is I'm actually taking a few cuttings out of them and seeing if I can get some clones, and then if I can get some clones out of that, I'll plant them and use them next year. But at the moment, I'm looking for a heat mat or some kind of heated propagator. So if anyone has any good recommendations, tell me about it, and we'll use that. Uh, Overwintering cuttings is a great idea, just to keep them on. Buddy, I've been battling with her for school for the last 3 years. Sam, I mean, we've been doing it every year since reception. But at the moment, I mean, now that we've got a formal diagnosis, it's making things a bit easier. Well, it's supposed to make things a bit easier. What's the matter? You don't seem very happy. Come on, you're okay. Come here. You can grow all year. Hendrik, I'd love to come over. Where we haven't had a holiday for a good few years. I mean, we'd like to get away for a bit, wouldn't we? Do you want to go to Egypt? No, it's nice and hot, and you can see camels. Um, how big cuttings? See, Isabel, with the chilies, I've only taken. So I've got 3 nodes on each branch. So I've got 2 nodes above and I'm gonna grow them in water and see them if I can get them growing in from water. See if I can get them rooting like that. I mean, I've had success doing it like that before, but I'll admit it's been in the summer rather than in the winter. So if I can get it to root, then I'm gonna take that and pot them up. So they're only about 4 or 5 inches long. My lad of 11 is waiting a QE test for ADHD, waiting over 2 years. See, if Cam's in, then they can use they've got this online thing called Helios, and they're quite good. Hashim Khan, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I think I know you. Where have I seen you? See, one of my classmates is here, mashallah. Thank you very much for coming in. Don't forget to hit that like, man. Um, I'm going for a second opinion if it comes back, and she hasn't, because honestly, not keen on the gent dealing with it. See, Sam, we went through an organisation called Helios. It came through CAMS, but they say you can do it online through Helios, and we're quite lucky. We got some good people. What are you thinking? You got to talk to me. Do you want to whisper in my ear? Okay. Do you want to put your arm around me? Yeah. Let me put my arm around you then. Come here. Come here. Gonna say good night. We'll catch you all next week. Dean, thanks very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well, and say hello to the family from me. Let me see that smile, young man. They want to see that smile. Yeah, real hot up here, but I could not find the real Madam Janet Chili. Madam Janet chilies. I've never heard of Madam Janet chilies. Um, I wonder what they're like. What's wrong with you, young man? Feeling a little under weather? Are you feeling poorly? Is that why you're not happy? That's what Isabel's asking. Or are you thinking about something? Because you think too much. I think you think too much sometimes. Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry about things. Be like your dad. Don't worry. And you know, as long as I've got you, everything's okay. Okay. So let's see. Let's turn that off because people are distracting me with the messages. So I've got you. Everything's going to be okay. You don't need to worry. What are you doing, sweetie? Where's Zaki?
He's asleep.
He's asleep. Ah, no wonder. No wonder it's quiet and it's not. It's not turned into mayhem.
Aww.
See,
What
Frank,
did you name one of the live
Frank,
monster mayhem?
that's one of the things that I was saying, you know, to Zaki before he was going to. Excuse me. Before I came on live, he was literally falling over, right? Because he was that tired. So I was saying, don't you want to say hello to Frank? Frank's got trains. He goes, I don't want to talk to Frank. I don't like trains. I want to go to sleep.
I don't want to talk to
See,
Frank.
when he wants to sleep, that's it. You've got a right battle on your hands trying to keep him up.
Once I tried to keep him up, and then he started slapping me.
I'm just gonna harvest some radish seeds until next month. Drop. I'm here. I'm on time. I'm on time. I think at the minute. I'm glad you have a good people around you. Jacqueline, thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. Thanks to you, Ginger Growing. Jacqueline, that's awesome to hear. Absolutely brilliant to hear. I like that. How big is your ginger plant? And which method did you use to get it to grow?
What pin badge?
That one there.
Oh, Tropical World.
You have time to sow them first drop. See, they're making fun out of me because
what?
they're making fun out of me because I'm normally behind in the chat. That's actually what I'm doing, harvesting radish seeds for microgreens this winter. See, drop. I wanted to have my own supply of cover crop seeds, but I think I'll be able to get some good mustard seeds. But my radish seeds, I don't think they're going to mature in time. I sowed them too late. The pods are just forming, so I think I'm going to be way bit behind. They're all the same, mate.
I'm doing it right
Tony,
now.
what's all the same?
Streaming. He's doing it right now. I'm just streaming.
I used the method where you kept it in water overnight and then planted the next day, no water. Okay, that's brilliant, Jacqueline. That's 3 shoots, no leaves yet. Keep it warm, and it'll take a bit of time. Once it gets to about 6 inches ish, you'll start seeing the leaves unravel from the main stem. And once it does that, then you'll get a nice ginger plant. Have you just put
the Superman game on you?
What are you doing?
Oh, I want to show them.
Put it back. Put it back. Please don't touch the phones. I'm doing it right. So drops picking radish seeds at the moment. While we're streaming, got tons of purple plum radishes. I see Sam loves tropical birdland. It's not tropical, Sam. Here there's a lot of tropical fish there, but it's not.
Tropical World.
Yeah, there's not many birds there actually. We haven't been there. Has Zaki been there?
No, I went down to school trip. Me too.
No, has Zaki been there recently?
No. And school trips, I have to wear a vest. We went to school trips and they gave us all badges.
We'll go again soon. I think we should go again soon. What are the vegetables? What are the vegetables we can grow now in the UK? See, do you know what? I'm actually planting my chilies now. I'm planting. I'm gonna wait a couple of weeks and then. Sorry, I'm gonna wait till about January and I'm gonna plant my aubergines and I'm gonna plant aubergines, and my tomatoes
Dad.
in January, February time. Um,
Uh,
but yeah,
Where? Can I give them
lettuce
a test?
can be grown now, spinach, chard.
Whoopsie.
If you've got them indoors, you can still grow loads of them.
That flower is dying.
Yes.
I want to test
So,
them which flower is
super
this.
dad. Hey,
What's
you've turned.
dying? Can I test them what flower this is? Well, the flower's dying. What flower is this?
It's a dried flower to you.
What flower is this?
Show them properly then. There you go. What flower is that, guys? It's a dried flower. Super dad. Kids falling asleep, standing up. Tony, you can't do anything. You can't stop them.
He was gone and he said sorry that I went back.
She was gone.
She?
Yeah.
I thought it was he.
No, it's a she. Hurts when they bite.
What's a dahlia?
Do I need to repot once the leaves appear?
Dahlia.
Just 1 second. So do I need once you've got if you've got 3 shoots and they start to look.
Yeah, she's right. She's
just 1 second,
right.
1 second. I wouldn't let.
Yeah, it is a rose law.
So I'd let it get a little bit stronger before you transplant it. So let the leaves grow, let the stems grow up, and the leaves spread out. Then think about potting it.
Frank, you're wrong.
That way you'll have a stronger root ball. So that's lovely. She sees you as Superman. So sorry, went for too long. Chris, not a problem at all. We just use a windowsill grow light now till January. CW, I'll use a windowsill for now. Once the plants get a little bit longer, so mid-December, I'll put a grow light on, and I'll keep the grow light on probably till the end of January. So for a couple of months, I keep the grow lights on for. But apart from that, I don't like using them.
Frank, you were wrong.
Is it a Rose? DH was right.
No, someone before said it.
Someone before. Oh, you see, you push, guys. You could have. Laura says it's a Rose. Frank says it's a Dahlia. The roses are right. So what?
No, so she's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
She's
Finger
right.
off.
Frank is wrong.
I should have been in the polytunnel instead of bed.
What's a polytunnel?
Brian, are you keeping all right at the moment? How are you feeling? Next year, I'll concentrate on organising whole garden, composting, perennials. Do you know, Isabel, first thing I set up was I planted my trees and I set my composting places up, and then the veg beds came one by one after that. Don't be silly. You know you're not supposed
I'm gonna
to be
make
silly.
a big blue spot on you.
As long as they make noise, it's okay. When they say nothing, you have to look.
Circle.
Michael, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. What have you stuck to my head?
Is it a blue spot?
I'm planting about 50 chilies, Carolina Reapers, so they will be flowering by spring and sell at farmers market. No, I will not eat any. Michael, I'd love. Can you stop breaking my washing basket, please? Michael, I'd love to see you eating some Carolina Reapers. That'd be nice.
Dad, can I
That'd be nice. That'd be nice for me. Not very nice for you.
Papa,
I'm spitting.
Papa, can you tell them about the one funny thing on the homework menu that we had to do?
Yeah.
On the homework menu, there was one for 10 points. You had to make a video, and in the video you had to sing about your times tables.
And there was the 10 points.
About them.
They wanted kids to.
And then you have to.
Themselves.
And
no,
then,
they didn't want kids to embarrass themselves.
Why else would they make it?
Because they wanted you to do something that they thought it might be fun.
And then everyone started saying, when Mr. read it out, everyone started saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
MH, can we grow asparagus here? Yes, we can. Yeah. It's actually a good climate for asparagus, but it's not one that I've grown before.
And Vehan.
If you ever in Lincolnshire visit tropical birdland, but I love tropical fish and recently looking at setting up a salt tank and get 2 Nemos. Sam, see, I used to keep loads of tropical fish before.
Yeah, I remember we looked at the photos and we saw lots of fish.
Yeah, can you remember?
And once I remember, Baya got into the bed and then I nearly sat on his head. And then also Bayessa on my head.
So Brian's mainly sowing in flowers and peas and beans.
What does
I think-
MH stand for?
I think that antibiotics are setting him back. Are you asking if I'm sleepy, Chris, or are you asking if this one's sleepy? Are you sleepy?
No, he's asking if you're sleepy because you got the Superman cape.
Your head's feeling a bit hot, actually.
He's asking if you're sleepy because you got
There's
Superman
a
cape.
carpool upstairs. Ask him when we need the carpool
I don't really
upstairs.
feel ill.
Alright?
I don't feel ill.
You don't feel ill. So why are you so down for at the moment? You gotta tell me. You gotta talk to me. No, so
Baba?
not she's calling you Superman. Come on. Or are you Iron Man at the moment? Or are you
Spider-Man, my
Miles
favorite.
Miles
Miles, not Miles. Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. Are you that one? No. MH is my initials. There you go.
Initials
What's
are...
your initials?
No, it's that.
Carpool is the best. I pray he feels well soon. Thank you very much.
What is-
I'm not ill.
You're not ill. Okay,
Yeah, but what does
that's
it
good.
stand for? MH.
I'm glad you're not ill. I'm glad you. Don't do that to her. Let her
At
do
least
her
it's
thing.
not
You do your
stickier.
thing.
But what does the MH stand for?
So, right. Okay, I think we need to sort you out and find out what's going on with you. But we've
One thing to draw.
one thing to draw. Oh, can you tell him one thing to draw?
Garden.
Everyone's going to say garden because it's a gardening chat. Why don't you do Superman growing something? Hey?
Superman growing. Superman bought something at the shop, but he didn't realize. What's the Spider-Man's enemy?
Superman's enemy.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor or...
At
So, look, there you've got a submarine, you've got a fish, a
Who's
Spider-Man.
submarine?
Submarine's a boat.
Oh, right, I remember.
A dinosaur. Can you remember when we went to that... Where
Well, I remember Fuffy, she took us with she took to that giant dinosaur thing.
Yeah, I know. I had giant rubber dinosaurs. There was a
Yeah.
Brachiosaurus and, and the neck was so high.
And also,
And they were
one
even
dinosaur that it roared, I screamed and hid behind Fufu.
Scaredy cat.
So, hang on.
I was 4.
But can you remember when we went to that Doncaster theme park or something? Doncaster Park.
Oh, yeah!
And they had rhinos there. And we were running around going, rhinosaurs!
No.
we were running around. Well, I was running around calling them rhinosaurs anyway.
I don't remember that.
I decided to add hogs to my livestock.
Wait, what was that called? What? Malvern.
Malvern.
Still.
Yeah,
I want to
Come
go to
on.
Malvern again. It was so fun.
we'll go.
No, Velociraptor.
Hopefully next year. So, quick, you've got a nice list there: a fish, Spider-Man, a dinosaur.
Nemo!
That picked him up.
Volcano! Do volcano!
A velociraptor.
Joker.
Yeah, you could do like a volcano with the thing coming out of the red stuff coming out, and then you could do
Lava.
Spider-Man flying.
Wait, no. What was
You
his
could do
name?
Spider-Man flying through the volcano.
But yeah, what was that name?
Swing angle.
No, what was that? Fireman, you know.
Human Torch.
Yeah,
How-
human touch. You can do a human
How
touch
much are
flying
Malvern
on the
tickets? I
volcano.
think they're about 20 quid a piece, Sam.
Or Voltron.
They're
Yeah.
about that sort of
Who's
mark.
Voltron? Oh, yeah, I remember. I gave him my
Voltron,
D to draw.
Legendary.
Oh, I didn't.
Dave, you could draw Velociraptor or chickens.
Actually drawing Voltron Legendary Defender coming out of the volcano.
I just learnt
Yay.
about Yupon Holly.
Was it Yupon Holly?
He's going to tell us about it. It's the only native caffeine-containing plant in the US. I'm going to grow patch in the side of the garden. Does anyone have any experience with it? Michael, I've never heard of Yupon Holly. Has anyone
Is
else?
there time left to draw?
Has anyone else heard of Yupon Holly? And if they can you help?
On second thought, I don't think Voltron
Michael.
going through a volcano is good enough. Come on!
There's a time left to draw. Dave, you quickly get your. All right, we're gonna end of it.
Nope,
We're gonna
never
end
heard of
very
it.
soon. So
Okay.
Hey, you just copied what
Okay.
I said. Drop.
take your time and draw it. Make it nice. Good man.
DH.
He likes the
But
sun.
what is the DH?
It likes the sun here in the US.
What does
There
the
you go.
MH part stand for?
Don't push people if they don't want to tell you. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Laura, you take care, and we'll see you soon. So we've got a few people who've never heard of this Yupon Holly. DH says it's likes the sun. Okay, it's a lot cheaper than I thought. Could be challenging cycle.
Never heard of Yupon. What's a Yupon?
Sam, if you cycle it to Malvern, it won't be that bad for you actually. Because you're halfway there anyway. Never heard of
Who's
Yukon. Sam, that's Sam. You've seen Sam before. We don't have much sun in the UK. No, we never have very much sun in the UK.
Are you the crazy laughing monster?
Am I the crazy laughing monster?
Because you laugh too crazy.
So
I should do a robot boy coming off a volcano.
okay.
Robot Boy and Human Torch.
So Laura, you take care, and we'll see you soon.
Lovey.
Laura. Thanks very much for coming in and spending some time with us. I really appreciate it. We don't have much. No, I've read that one already. Looks like regular holly, but with red berries. Anyway, I ordered some. Michael, let's see how. So if it's going to be like ordinary holly, they're pretty indestructible plants. Those.
I tried to pull
Is
one
it
of
a
them
tree
little
or is it
berries
more
off.
like a shrub? No sun in the UK. No sun in Wales. Oh, see, Dean's not here. Otherwise, he'd be saying that the thing is, he's probably out in his t-shirt right now.
What do you mean?
They live up in the North Pole. My name is Michael. There you go. He's told you his name.
They live up in the north.
You pushed him and got his name out of him. Michael, sorry if she's been a bit pushy, but thanks for introducing yourself. We know what to call you going forward.
Wait,
So it's more like a shrub.
isn't that Michael?
Okay.
To Michael.
Becky, you take care, and I'll see you soon. I hope I don't get man flu as well.
What's the man
Because
flu?
It's
COVID.
it's a really serious.
COVID genius.
It's worse than COVID. It's really serious as man flu. None here either.
I'm not gonna take the coloring seriously though.
Okay, just show them your picture and then we can call it a day.
This is Robot Boy coming out of a volcano.
Hold it up properly. There you go. So you got who's that up there?
Robot Boy.
Robot Boy,
James
and then
Padlock.
there's
No, I didn't. I said it after.
and then
you.
what's this?
No,
This is
but
the
James
volcano.
I'm going to show
That's
a
the
bit of
volcano
uptake.
there, and there's all the lava coming down the sides, isn't
Well,
it?
actually, that's
No, that's the...
It looks good like lava coming down the sides.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to draw a
do
bed.
the lava after.
Okay, so you can colour that in.
And then
Right,
you can put
guys,
the picture on YouTube.
we've had a good laugh, and I've enjoyed that. Thanks everyone for coming in, but we've been on for just over about an hour and 10 minutes.
2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours, you'll kill me, man. What you on about? The issue is the sun the whole day here, but no people that understand how to use it. I'm heading off now, but Sam, you take care. We're going to call it a day as well. Thank you very much, everyone.
The AC...
Chris says she likes your drawing superb.
Who's
The one super.
Right, guys, take care, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Thanks very much for coming
will
in.
see you tomorrow.
And also tell everyone, all your friends, that no one calls friends mates anymore.